Why do the rich stay rich while others struggle to build wealth? Is it luck, intelligence, or something else entirely? Imagine if you could unlock the secret strategies of the wealthy and use them to grow your own fortune. In today's video, we're diving deep into one such strategy called buy, borrow, die. This fascinating technique, coined by tax law expert Edward McCaffrey, shows how the rich use the American tax system to their advantage, creating and maintaining generational wealth. Stay tuned as we unravel this concept and explore how you can apply it to increase your net worth. But before starting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel No Money for more amazing content. Now let's begin. Buy, borrow, die. How the rich stay rich.
Millionaires use the buy, borrow, die strategy to avoid large tax bills. Let's say a really rich person buys a home for $300,000 and after a few decades it's worth $1 million. The millionaire can refinance the home and get 80% equity out, or about $800,000 cash that they can borrow, which is tax-free, used however they want. But here's where it gets crazy, and you'll want to make sure to follow for more, but eventually they will die and their heirs get the property with a step-up basis, meaning they essentially never have to pay tax on the increase in value like ordinary people would.
You might have heard the saying that wealth is controlled by the hands of a few. Today, we're going to explore how the rich remain rich and how you can apply the same principles to increase your net worth. Morgan Stanley reported that their wealth management clients hold $68.1 billion in security-based, non-mortgage loans, double the amount from 2016. Similarly, Bank of America has $62.4 billion in home equity loans. This raises an interesting question. Why are the wealthy borrowing money? If they already have significant wealth, why do they need loans? The answer lies in a technique that allows the wealthy to control their assets without ever selling them, ensuring their wealth grows continuously. This is how generational wealth is passed down and how powerful families maintain their riches. Fortunately, this technique can be applied by anyone, not just the wealthy. You don't need to be rich to benefit from this information. The strategy is summed up in 3 simple steps: buy, borrow, die. This phrase, coined by Edward McCaffrey, a tax law professor at the University of Southern California, describes how the rich exploit the American tax system. Step 1. Buy an asset. In traditional finance, this is called the accumulation phase. The usual advice is to go to school, get a degree, find a high-paying job, save money, and buy assets. Most people spend their lives in this phase, accumulating assets like real estate, stocks, and cryptocurrency. Real estate. Owning a home might not be the best investment for most due to costs like property taxes, insurance, and utilities. However, using this strategy, you can transform your home from a liability into an asset. Wealthy individuals often live tax-free by borrowing against their real estate holdings, like apartment buildings or office buildings, refinancing, and pulling out money tax-free while the properties generate positive cash flow. This is called maximizing loan-to-value, LTV. They avoid capital gains taxes because they never sell the buildings. They use them as collateral for loans. Stocks can be used similarly. Imagine you have accumulated $25,000 in a taxable account like Robinhood since 2018. By adopting a rich mindset, you hold this investment long-term, expecting it to grow. Meanwhile, you can earn dividends from dividend stocks or borrow against your holdings. Cryptocurrency. The same logic applies to crypto investments. By buying stable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can anticipate their value will increase significantly over time. You can also borrow against these holdings. The key takeaway from the buy phase is that the rich do not sell, they accumulate. This is often the hardest phase, but it's essential for building wealth. As Andre Geek, a finance YouTuber, says, your first million is the hardest. Step 2. Borrow against the asset.
Hey guys, I want to talk about a topic today relating around stocks, appreciation of stocks, and down payments of homes. So in my line of work, I see a lot of people using their stock proceeds and their stock accounts to finance a home and the down payment of a new home. So a lot of moving pieces in this, and every situation is unique. However, one of the things that I see oftentimes is people selling highly appreciated stock to go around and use those proceeds to do something else. Well, one of the main issues with that is you sell it and you realize the gain and you have to pay taxes on this. It's very underappreciated when you look at the P&L and the opportunity cost and the return of other assets. So let's say you bought Apple stock in 2011 and now it's worth 10 times more, and you have a $90,000 gain, a $250,000 gain, or even $1 million gain. The second you sell that stock, you pay taxes.
The next step is to borrow against the assets you've accumulated, using them as collateral. Stocks. You can do this through a securities-backed line of credit, SBLOC, which allows you to access 50% to 100% of your portfolio's value at a low interest rate. For example, if you have a portfolio in M1 Finance and need cash, instead of selling your stocks, you can borrow up to 35% of your portfolio's value at a 2% interest rate. This strategy, known as interest rate arbitrage, involves borrowing money at a lower interest rate than the rate at which your investments grow, effectively earning more. Real estate. A similar technique is the home equity line of credit, HELOC. If you own equity in your home, the bank may offer a low-interest loan backed by your house. For instance, with $50,000 in home equity, you could get a HELOC loan for $50,000 at a 2% interest rate. You can then use this loan to pay off higher interest debts like credit cards, effectively earning the difference in interest rates. Cryptocurrency. You can also borrow against your cryptocurrency holdings through platforms like BlockFi, which offer low interest rates. However, the volatility of crypto can be a downside, as value fluctuations could lead to margin calls, risking your holdings. The more money you have, the better the rates and incentives banks offer. It's essential to do thorough research on available rates and incentives. Step 3. Die and pass it on. This final step is crucial for maintaining generational wealth. When you die, your estate goes to your heirs. The loan can be paid off by selling the assets you borrowed against, or your heirs can continue borrowing against these assets, perpetuating the cycle. Real estate. A popular tax strategy in real estate is the 1031 exchange rule. This allows developers to avoid capital gains taxes by reinvesting in a like-kind property within a specific time frame. This strategy can be repeated until death, avoiding capital gains taxes indefinitely. Stocks. Imagine you bought an ETF, exchange-traded fund, with a cost basis of $10 per share in 2010. Over the years, the value of this ETF grows, and by the time you pass away, it's worth $1,000 per share. Under current tax laws, your heirs would inherit these shares at their stepped-up cost basis of $1,000 per share. This means if they decide to sell the ETF at its current value, they won't owe any capital gains taxes because they inherited it at the market value at the time of your death. This mechanism allows the rich to continue accumulating wealth without triggering significant tax events during their lifetimes. They can live off borrowed money, using their growing portfolio as collateral, without needing to sell their investments and realize capital gains. This strategy ensures that wealth can be preserved and even expanded, passing down substantial value to future generations without the heavy burden of capital gains taxes. Key takeaways. Why isn't everyone using these strategies and leveraging their assets to the maximum? The answer lies in personal financial situations and risk tolerance. Before considering these strategies, it's advisable to follow traditional financial steps. Build an emergency fund. 3. 6 months of expenses. Open a 401k with your company and contribute up to the company match. Max out a Roth IRA. Max out your company 401k. Open a taxable account to use for borrowing. Leverage can be a double-edged sword, so it's crucial to use it wisely. Remember, the numbers need to work for the bank to approve your loan, and market downturns can lead to significant losses. As André Geek wisely says, many people get angry at the rich for using these strategies. But instead of hating the players, learn the game rules, play the game, and learn to love it. And there you have it, an inside look at the buy, borrow, die strategy that the rich use to build and maintain their wealth. Remember, it's not just about having money, it's about knowing how to make your money work for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, No Money, for more insights on building wealth and financial freedom. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.